But when I think about our time today as a whole, I want us, of course, to introduce ourselves. Your name, your organization, what you do within your organization. But then I want us to look at, like, as we are preparing for, because I was thinking, I said, man, can y'all believe that this is like the last month of the second quarter? I mean, like, really think about that. Now, for me, technically, because I do my New Year in August, that's a different story for a different day, but I'm technically like in my November mentally. But when I think about the calendar year, I'm like, the thought that we are in this second quarter ending, going into the third quarter of 2025 is absolutely absurd to me. So just share your name, your organization, what you do at your organization. And when you think about time right now, if you could eliminate anything, one thing from your schedule, your routine, what is it? If you can eliminate one thing from your schedule, what is it? So for me, my name is Nina Marie, and I serve as the community liaison for community renewal, working specifically with the businesses, churches, and the organizations. And inviting them to a table that asks, hey, what are you doing? But what can we do collectively and even or together? And if I can eliminate one thing out of my schedule right now, which is super crazy because I'm not a big social media person at all, but lately I'm more social media. So I'm bending it in a sense to where I'm setting up business-wise on social media, but not really interested in the scrolling side. So I would eliminate social media. And anybody else?
Well, my name is Pam Kimball, and I am officially retired.
Mm-hmm.
So if I could eliminate anything in my schedule, it would be not having so much to do in one day. So it would be critiquing my time. So.
Which way are we going in the circle?
I'm Robert Odom. I work at Community Renewal. I do minutes, mostly for the various meetings and the unskilled labor. I guess the bad habit I need to get rid of is watching television.
Thank you. Sorry. You done, Mr. Robert?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, my name is Ashley Hall. I'm intake coordinator at Metropolitan Circles. I think to save more time or eliminate, I would say it would have to be at home life because I cook every day.
Oh, boy.
I have two growing teenagers. And my work is not done until about midnight.
Wow.
And I'm up at 5:30 every day.
Yeah.
They're both in sports. Yeah. So if we can eliminate cooking, we win now.
Absolutely.
If they are long,
My name is Debbie Washington, and I'm with Northwest Louisiana Technical Community College. I am the college counselor,
Good commercial.
and if I could eliminate something, I would say stress. Give myself a little bit more self-care, because that's something we all need, and I think that's something we all do not do. So that's what I would do.
Correct.
Megan. I work at the Kennedy Center of Louisiana, and we work with homeless and runaway youth in foster care and trafficking victims. So, to free up time with my schedule, I'm relating with her. You're the mother. I like cooking, but I would rather stay home to do all of that, because it takes a long time. Like yesterday, took me a long time. I had to go to work, and then I came home. So I cooked meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and green beans. And then I had to cook for today, too. So I made jambalaya and dirty rice, and my husband's gonna cook the dish. But then I don't have a dishwasher. I have to do all the dishes. But I have kids, too, so I've been really leaning towards them cleaning, because all of the people in my house is 7 of us. And it feels like I'm the only person like picking trash up. Everybody's just throwing trash on the floor, and it just drives me crazy. So I've been trying to teach them how to do dishes, and I was in there crying like real tears
Oh, yeah.
over these dishes. But
That sounds about right.
it feels like that's taking up my whole free time, like feeding kids, dishes, and cleaning up trash.
I should tell my children, I honestly didn't care how old they were. We are a team.
Yeah.
And a part of the team, everybody play a part of the team. So, I mean, I couldn't even tell you, they could tell you better how old they were doing chores, because I mean, they was pulling trash, like, because everybody play a part.
Yep. Well, I'm holding classes for all the parents that's got problems with kids and grandkids.
Do we bring the kids?
No, first I want to educate parents with how you can structure them. I have 16 grandkids, and trust me, very few days. But I'm kind of opposite. I love cooking and sitting with them. I know I'm not answering what you asked.
No,
I love sitting with them because that's how I grew up. And that was the power of the relational foundation in my house. We had to eat 2 meals a day. And when my kids were growing up, I would cook. And my wife is a master chef and a master baker. But about 14 years ago, she just quit cooking. I ain't cooking. And all of a she was just cooking 3 times a day, so she just quit. And went back and became a nurse and kind of got out of the kitchen. She still cooks every now and then. But as a man, we were taught to cook, so I cooked and sewed in my house, so it was just easy. But it's the way I get my hands and arms around my grandkids and know their character and know the foolishness that they're in, and then know some of their giftings, so I can help to stir them. But my name is Russell Miner. I'm director of We Care Neighbor Initiative at Community Renewal. That's how we started. We started on the block. I guess Drake said, we started on the block, now we're here. Mac just started walking on the street because the kingdom of God is all about your neighbor. Whether you like them or not, or whatever you've got to separate you from them, your destiny is attached to them. Why do you say that, Russell Miner? Because God says, love me with all your mind, soul, and strength. I'm not going to preach. But love your neighbor as yourself. These two, he said, these two, they will always be together. So as you love God, you have to love people. Like that homeless guy.
Oh, not him?
On your street. Yeah.
Oh, he's in jail now.
Okay.
But I felt like
You didn't call the police on him.
No, he was the guy. There's a club on the street behind me on Wall Street. So the owner over there did. I guess he was. He just
He went and
fights the air. I don't know. The owner banned me, so if he banned me, then
Yes.
he definitely banned the homeless guy.
I
I was only in there for 5 minutes and got banned.
And my thing, if I would eliminate, is distractions. Number one, identify distractions. There's so many distractions. And that takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can be people, and it can be
Yeah.
stuff
People,
loaded on your
places,
schedule.
things, type of thing.
Some of the stuff you just scratch through it. But here I am. Yesterday I started with 17 things. Now, all those things need to be on there, but some of them very distracting and take a lot of time to get it done.
Yeah.
So that's me. If I can get rid of those distractions and keep the main thing, I think I can help people. I can do God's bidding more perfectly. And when I don't do that, the enemy, one of his major tactics is distractions.
Distractions, yeah. So true.
Keep us off point.
So true. And he will use people, places, and
Ooh,
things.
Lord, you got, I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, he will. He will use people, all of
People,
the nouns.
places, and things.
Yeah, all of
Amen.
the nouns, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked that question, thank you all for sharing. I asked that question because as we prepare for the conclusion of Q2 and preparing for quarter 3, like, you know, the biggest thing that I wanted us to think about was what is going on within our own entities, you know, our businesses, our churches, and our organizations. This is exiting quarter 2, entering into quarter 3. And y'all have heard me say it if you've been with me any amount of time, and I always say it, like the holidays will be here tomorrow, you know? But when you think,
Tomorrow?
literally.
You mean it's coming
Yeah,
fast?
very, very, like, basically, we're gonna look up and that 12,
You look up and
June 12th is gonna be December 25th, or let's say Thanksgiving, November 20, whatever it is this year. But the holidays will be here that quick, but I want us to begin to think about not just getting into the holidays, but where are you within your organization? What were some of the things that you set up to do this year? And where are you now? You know, you're halfway basically through the year. So these are great. I love self-evals because I don't believe in resolutions. Excuse me, because most of the time they become resolutions. You know, so I'm always about goal setting though. What are some things, and whether that's, you know, December 31st or that's June 11th, you know, I'm always interested in our goals, like what are we setting out? So thinking about where you are right now within your organization, within your business, or within your church, what are some things right now that you have pressing, you know, that you know you need to look at finishing, and where can we assist at? You know? Like I know for us, our biggest things happen within quarter 1 most of the time, or at the top of quarter 2. So we did our croquet, you know, we did, we had croquet, we had our 5K run. So a lot of our things is in the top part of the year, you know. But what do you have coming up? And then I want to ask the next question afterwards, but what do you have coming up, or what is it that, or do you feel like you're on track with what maybe you set out with for this year?
So I feel like with mine, just being honest, my goals this year have really just been on myself, very self-centered. So my job's kind of like not been my priority at all. But I feel like that was necessary because my job was my priority, but it's not always mutual, you know, and so I'm not gonna die for a job. So I just really had to start taking care of myself more.
Yes.
And realizing that, you know,
Number 1.
we can switch jobs all the time, but I still need myself my whole life.
Absolutely.
So, but my boss did tell me today, so that is a goal I now have as of today, the foster parents. So we have 2. We had more, but they're not anymore for whatever reason. So we have 2 and we need 10. So that seems kind of hard to find, I guess, because there's a lot that goes into fostering.
Oh, yes.
And it's through DCFS, so
Yes.
you have to work with the state, take care of the kids, and it seems like a very long process to even become one. Like a few months, they ask a lot of questions, they come to your house a lot. So it seems like some people just don't really want to deal with that, or deal with the kids coming in and out. But, you know, some kids are good, some are not at all. So it seems kind of hard to find a lot of people.
That's
But it's,
interesting.
you know, it's kids like every day. Like the other day, I saw two girls I know very, very well that went to jail, and for beating the baby, the 2-year-old, and they took an infant as well. So now they're in jail. Those babies are in foster care. That's in Highland. That happened right a couple of blocks from my house.
My God.
And then I saw another lady yesterday in Shreveport. They took 5 kids from her, so they got 7 kids taken away in 2 days. They gotta go somewhere. Like, so I feel like that's a thing going on. Not enough foster parents, but a lot of kids being removed.
So foster parents is a big thing. Do y'all have a flyer on that? Can you send that?
Well, it's like a flyer application. I have some.
Okay.
We have an event tomorrow at a church in Blanchard.
Okay.
And then we partnered with some church leaders, so I guess I'm gonna go to the churches individually.
Okay.
But I'm the only person at the office right now, so I guess I'm gonna be alone
Oh, my.
going to all these churches, but I'm gonna make it work.
Thank you.
You don't have an assistant?
Yeah.
Dad can give me one.
Okay.
No. I mean, it's the owner, and I guess her family members help her. In the office, it's me. And then an intern came like a week ago, so she's gonna be helping with the kids and the parents.
Yeah.
But for events and outreach and all of that stuff,
You have to.
yeah, it's just me. So that's why I started doing self-care, because that's a lot for one person.
Yeah. I remember that.
Have
And
you
if-
asked for an assistant?
No.
I would.
I just focus on myself. I redirected my priorities, so
Yeah, I mean, for your
it's
workload.
not my business. So she kind of lowered my workload
Okay.
a little bit, because I
Okay.
was vocal about
Oh, I
it.
thought she raised it.
No, she didn't raise it. She lowered it, because I was very vocal about it. Like, I cannot manage all of this and my children and my house.
Yeah.
It's too much.
And I love what you said, Ms. Debbie, about self-care, because it's imperative. Like, it really is. And, you know, sometimes it is so important to be selfish about you. Because if you don't, nobody else will, you know. I got this rectangular thing, you know, on and it gives like all of the self-care things, you know, and I'm reminded, whether it's take a walk, take a bath, you know, just read a book, like just stop.
Like a checklist?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, like
checklist,
just
so I can
something
like visually see
that
what
you
I'm
can
supposed
pull
to do.
from. So yeah, that type of stuff is so important. So I'm proud of you for that, because I remember, I think it had been like, what, 899 days since you had took a day off or something like that? Yeah.
Oh,
Well, then
my.
they finally gave me vacation time, but then they took it away last summer. So it's like, okay, so you gave it to me for a year, and then you took it away again. So y'all got vacation, but I don't. So I'm not gonna work hard
Yeah.
at all. I'll work what I can do, but for no time off, like, okay,
Yeah.
Is it 7 days a week?
it's 5. It's just 5. It's a normal job, 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. But you know, most jobs you do get time off or holidays pay, or you know, PTO, stuff like that.
Depends
Sick
on
leave.
the organization and the agency, you know.
But we don't have any benefits, and that's their problem, because that's why nobody is staying there, and they're very vocal about it. You know, they got master's degrees. They want benefits. So that's been a big thing. But I like my job, so I enjoy what we do.
Absolutely.
So I guess I accept it a little bit. I'm just not gonna
Yeah.
have a heart attack over trying to do all this stuff, and I'm getting the bare minimum in return. But
And I think like even questions, you know, beginning to peak, because this isn't, dumbed down on your organization, business, or church, but I think these type of conversations are good to,
Oh, yeah.
for internal reasons, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I just need to be able to verbalize it, and I already have my thought or already have my answer, and sometimes you just need that safe space. And so I've always, one of the things I know for Circle of Caring, it was important to me from day one, and it'd be important to me until we wrap this thing up, and that's the culture in these rooms, of it being a safe space, so. But even as we think overall in our other areas, what are some things that maybe is on your heels that in your state or in your place that you see as, oh, I feel like I'm on track? Or like for me, I would say I wanted more businesses, churches, and organizations in this room this year. And we saw more as far as newer foot traffic, But I was sharing with Mr. D like how not specifically knowing which route we're going now, like where are we, which way do we really want to continue to build this out, because of course we can always come to the table and eat and chat and what's coming up, but are we over that, like are we wanting to go deeper and actually build things, like do some stuff, so I know that was something that was of importance to me this year, was really building new traffic in this room between the businesses, churches, and organizations. So with us having technically 4 more meetings, because July, August, September, October, we have 5 or 6 more meetings, because we have 2 evenings in there. So 6 more meetings, to work on that goal. It's a good reality, like, okay, we gotta push that, because we are now to 1 meeting a month versus 2. So 6 more meetings, but that is my goal. And then, like a lot like you too, this year for me, I knew I wanted to focus more on the things that God had called me to do. Like I felt like forever I have done and have poured in so much in so many different businesses, churches, and organizations, because it ain't never been about me, But I think in my pouring along the line, I have also been disobedient in doing the specific things that I know God, like my travel clubs, like the fact that I have not ever just did outside of some of my trips, but just different things that I know that I was called to do that, it had to be a reality recently. Like, girl, you still ain't did, And so those are my 2 areas as I think about finishing up this year strong. Those are areas that I want to be strengthened in, for sure. Anybody else? The other thought that I had was, as we conclude this year, because our last meeting is in October, I really feel compelled to do something for Make a Difference Day this year, but what would that thing be, I know National Night Out is October 2. First Tuesday in October. Make a Difference Day, I think, is on a Saturday in October. I forget the date, but I want to do something. But whatever that something is, I would love for it to be out of the norm, and we do a lot, and I say we, I'm talking as a community now. We do a lot of vendor type of things, lots of those. Resource fairs, we do a lot of those. I want wanna do something. Obviously, I don't wanna mirror any or mimic anything like Paint Your Heart Out. But I wanna do something of that type of, you know.
You wanna paint?
Hmm?
You want to paint?
No, not necessarily, but something impactful, you know? Something that we, even if it's, you know, because I can care less, if you will, of the numbers as much as I care about the impact of what we do, you know? It could be the fact that we go in and take a senior home and help her or him refurb or redo the very thing that they hadn't been able to do because they don't have kids or their grandkids don't see about whatever. You know, it could simply be nothing of that magnitude, and we go in and completely bombard a nursing home, you know, and go in and do Christmas in October, like anything, you know, that we can go in and whatever we do, wherever we do it at. I just would love to make it a difference, you know?
When I was a kid, I used to give the nursing home people, my mom used to work at one of them, like cards and stuff for holidays. So that makes them happy, like giving them little presents.
Something.
Yeah, a lot of them are just alone, so.
I think whatever we do, it would be beneficial to focus on the seniors or kids, either or, you know. And if we make it about the seniors, I don't even know how many senior homes we have here.
Well, you have the assisted living homes where people cognitively, you know, they can appreciate or take a part of what you're doing. And some of the nursing homes, then you have some people really
Right, bad off type
bad
of
off.
thing, yeah.
So
I'm
we're more benefiting the nursing home staff a lot of times because they're under stress.
Yeah.
But we go to senior assisted living, there's several of those in town. But I mean, hey, whatever people decide to do, I think it would be great whether you go to a home. But I think, and I'm always thinking of, I want to do something for first responders. I know they have them around the city. Because we're always inward leaning. I just said, no, it's about what you do for others. It's not about, a lot of times what we're trying to do is get. But I would say, you know, form it, throw out some ideas. You may want to just talk to people about it, give some ideas. We'd love to go, you know, and impact a school, adopt a school, a Title I school. And the big thing about the We Care, we have an initiative the past 3 years, We Care Schools. And the school is adopting it because it focuses on, you know, it starts with the teachers and the janitors. Because if their attitude is not right, of course, it's going to flow down to the children. But now we're really focused on, and I sat with Keith Burton the other night, and he couldn't say enough about it. Oh my God, man, the numbers.
Why did he
The recidivism.
change so much stuff? Like,
Well, it's not so much him, it's about money.
no, for the absences, like this year, starting.
Yeah, I didn't ask him any of those kind of questions he was expecting. Why you closing all this school? Why? We didn't get into that. But,
You changed too much stuff for me.
I wouldn't say that. I think it's driven by the position.
And it's
You got a whole
always
segment
our
of this
command.
population left these communities to go to hell.
What?
And there's no money at these schools, and they left and took their money to South Shreveport and to Bossier and places like that. So it's not on Keith Burton. You decide who you're gonna put in there and see how they're gonna do it.
It's always hard when you got that type of, stepping into that
dealing
type of
with-
position.
I just felt
Dealing
like
with
he was
Louisiana
very
government,
personal.
dealing with who we got in office now, it's tough for anybody, but, you know, Keith is doing a pretty good job.
I think like, you know,
Corey and I were best friends, but I didn't agree with some stuff he did. But I mean, you know, that's not gonna affect our friendship. But I'm saying, it's a bigger picture. It's bigger than them. They are limited in what they can do, believe me. But he's gotta watch the money. It's about the money.
Always.
You cannot.
So the schools are not funded, they're only funded by the state or by Shreveport, who funds them?
Well, they have, you know, taxpayers, you know, Title I funding, it's a whole bunch
It's
of
a whole-
things. But what I don't wanna, I wanna bring us back, what I wanna focus on is, I love the idea of adopting a school.
Yeah.
I mean, even if that be the case, we can look at NLTCC,
Yeah.
you know, as a school, like
Yeah.
or if we decide on whichever route we go, whether we go schools or we go seniors, there's enough hands-on businesses within the circle of care. Even though we don't see them, they're still our
You can call them.
regulars, if you will, that we can pull on to, you know, if there's 10 nursing homes or 10 high schools that we decide to target, and we put 3 businesses with that high school and ask them to accept the challenge and put the parameters of, this is what we want to do for the nursing home or what we want to do for the school, I think that we can get a bite on that, you know, whatever it is that we choose to do. So.
I love your idea.
And there are 33 nursing homes.
33, thank you.
Go ahead.
That's good to know.
What did you say?
33 nursing homes.
It's just 33 nursing.
It's 33 nursing
That's
homes.
much
You gotta be
more than I
kidding.
thought.
Woo.
Wow, I didn't realize it was that many
Me
here.
either. I'm assuming that it's assisted living counted into that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Probably,
Yeah.
Mhm.
probably.
But even still, I never would have
It's a
thought.
lot.
I
that
never
many.
imagined it was that many.
Mhm.
I'm like, I couldn't name 10.
Me either.
As many as I've been to.
I see a lot of people talking about with the schools, a lot of kids that have trouble with reading.
Mhm. But see, something like, that would be, if we were interested in doing something long-term, that would be a great something. You know, but for us just to go in and make a difference day, you know, like,
Like field day?
no, not like a field day. Just like I said, whether we would go into the nursing homes and drop off self-care packets, or we would go into the schools, and like if we were to go into the schools, it would probably be something around I am, you know, something to inspire and motivate them to keep going, and, you know, to kind of still be the top of the school year too. So, you know, it would be something in that nature, you know. So I don't know, I'm gonna put it out there, you know, and if y'all think of some ideas, let me know, because I don't know what that looks like. It may be, what if we did, because although we have had a lot of resource fairs, the resources have been around jobs, or they have been around, you know, services that you can provide. But if we were to do a resource fair, like if we were to do a resource fair, I would want to do it in Red River District, up underneath the bridge, with vendor booths around the whole, you know, in front of like G Spot and all of that, you know, where Nikki's used to be, Cohab, Proud Mary's, utilizing, with that stage, I would want to utilize that stage, but I would specifically want to target the businesses, the churches, and the organizations for something like that. You know, like I want churches there. I would want, you know, to talk about you, like, you know, what you provide for the community, and to, you know, set up like a vendor to get new members and everything, you know? Same way for the businesses and the churches. So if I would do a vendor booth, that's how I would do it. You know, something like that, a resource fair. So I don't know, just something to think about. As we conclude our time though, do y'all have
I'd stay with it.
Yeah, I love the idea of what we can possibly do, so be thinking about that. Be thinking about that, please. Any upcoming events, what do y'all have coming up? Anything for the announcements?
Nothing for work except the church tomorrow. I'm going to a church in Blanchard. It's like the foster care event.
Okay.
I signed my kids up this Saturday. It's a Sunflower Festival. It's free.
Okay.
It's at Dixie Mays.
Oh, yeah.
So they said they're having activities all day long for free.
Oh,
So
that's
that was
gonna
cool.
be
Okay.
nice. Send that to me too. So if you can, send the church, even just the, whatever flyer you might have for the church in Blanchard, we can definitely look to get that out, just to say that y'all need more foster care, you know? So, and the, Dixie Mays thing, that'd be good. You can send that to me personally, because I love family stuff too. So, anybody else upcoming things, announcements?
I have a fun seminar for We Care Neighbors on Tuesday,
Okay.
the 17th.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't bring any flyers. And we also have a citywide prayer breakfast on the 26th, I believe. It's in Cedar Grove, 536 East Cedar Grove. And we have a Mind, Body, and Soul Summit. I need you to come talk about self-care. Can you do that?
Right?
You're smiling, but I'm serious. I'm serious. I've got a doctor friend, and she's so booked up, I don't think I can get her.
So with with Nina's stuff,
I'm gonna be done in 1 second, but those are the three things. But that summit is gonna be big, to where we speak to the whole person, because that's our issue. And I think those are the most important issues that came up here today. Self-care, hey, I'm overloaded, hey, you gotta talk about it. You got some horrible bosses, and I would hate to call them. These are horrible people to work
yeah,
for.
they're nice.
Well, the
They're
number
just,
one thing they need is to take care of their employees.
I mean, to me, I feel like yes, but
I'm saying it, you don't have to agree with it.
I guess
They're
like,
horrible.
some people-
Anybody that no benefits and work you like that, and how many days without a day off?
It was a million.
Was it 800 days?
It was some.
it was 2 years.
I need to call labor law on them.
Yeah.
These are criminals. Hey, these
Yeah, it's-
people are abusing their employees. Hey, I'm not speaking to you, I'm just speaking to them.
I did kind
Don't
of
take up
wonder,
for them,
like,
because I'm not gonna change.
you know, like, isn't it normal for people to have vacation days and sick days and holiday pay and stuff? But I guess that's not. I have at every job I've ever worked.
You're so
except
nice.
This one, so.
I'm glad I wouldn't run into that. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Any other upcoming, do y'all have anything coming up, Miss Debbie, over there with y'all?
No.
Y'all just did another Landman Day, was it?
Mhm.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get with Kelsey to make sure, that she's
Okay.
PR.
Okay.
And then if so, I'll ask her to
Yes,
send it to
ma'am,
me.
please. Okay. Landman
But
Day
my
is where
question
they have
was,
like land.
So Nina always emails her lunches and stuff, and then we RSVP. I only see your stuff if you call me. So how do we know what you're doing?
I send them out to the volunteers, usually by email.
I
Or a
never
text
see.
or a
I only
call.
see her emails. I never see.
Yeah, because they're pretty successful.
What?
So they're pretty successful. She has somebody helping her with that.
With the
And I'm
emails?
one deep, but I do send it out on email.
Oh.
I may not
Maybe
have
I'm
it.
not on the email thing. Yeah, because
So I gotta make sure.
So, no, actually, I don't think, we've ever put anything Haven House on the app.
Yeah, it's not on the app.
Yeah, so I just never know really how to find it or what's going on unless you tell me.
Good.
Why is that good?
I'll
I
call
want to
you.
know what's going on.
You want to know it way in advance? Okay, we'll get it to you.
Like a calendar.
We'll-
I know.
You did that before. You gave me a paper with some stuff on it.
Anything coming over up at Metropolitan?
Nothing, it's for our clients, we're trying to gain more clients, in mental health. So we're having our first group, June 20th, it's like, I'm against group, I just am. But
Okay.
That's just my mind, but we are having a group event, June 20th from 10 to 12, and it's almost like a fun day, but it's also to get in touch with like knowing their emotions and things like that.
Okay.
So I'm interested to know how that goes.
Okay.
So do y'all do like family therapy?
No,
Oh.
no,
Are you available on the 27th?
I can't.
You talk to adults.
I do.
Yeah, I need you.
I talk to the kids, adults as old as 75.
Oh,
kids
Lord,
as young
yes.
as 5 years
Ooh,
old.
I need you.
Yeah.
I mean, God just gave me this vision. I haven't put legs on it yet, but, you know, we'll only be there a couple of hours, but it's more than, I love eating. This is God's thing, but you gotta equip people for the road ahead
Absolutely.
if you're gonna have transformation. Because we love information. We're ecstatic about inspiration, man. God is all about transformation, and that is you got to be in touch with who you are, what drives you, how to deal with your trauma, how to change. And unless you do it from the inside and realize you got to change, you're not going to
You're
change.
not going to, right. That's so true. So
Keep
true.
doing the same thing, same way. I'm sorry. You'll get the same results.
Yeah, yeah. And I think like, you know, as we really, because Shreveport has, I was telling somebody, even with 50 coming in here, he can bring
Yes.
5 more clubs. It's
Say it.
gonna be the same folks.
Say
Like,
it.
it's gonna be the
Say
same
it.
outcomes, you know, but if we can't really, I mean, like I said, the vendor booths and, I mean, just the same old, but we have to really, especially as we are concluding this year being our 4th year, and not even knowing what Circle of Caring looks like next year, you know, if there will even be a Circle of Care, like depending on which way that we really go with this, like, you know, what do we do right here, right now to finish out how we leave our mark? And then what does that mean for next, you know? Because of course, it's too many resources at these tables to not really do something,
Yep.
you know, whatever that something is. So, I know we don't have anything coming up other than our tours. If you have never done
That's
community
tomorrow.
newer tour, is it
Doing it a
tomorrow?
week early, I'm sorry.
Is it? Oh yeah, they did
Yeah, I
that.
forgot about
So,
it.
but it's the 3rd Thursday of every month, so you can reach out to the office to get on that schedule for the tour. Other than, we don't really have anything major coming up. I know we were talking about the mosaic dinners, but we're kind of building that out slowly but surely due to summertime and a lot of different moving pieces and parts right now. So, please send us any upcoming things that y'all may have so we can get that out. And I know our next time together is not until July. It's July something. Yeah, I think it is July 9th. Yes, it is. It is.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Debbie. So, y'all, that is it.
I'll get my calendar.
I know, right?
I've been reprimanded.
We are officially, if there's nothing else, we are adjourned, y'all.
You stay